everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to step outside into our backyard because it is the middle of March and I usually do some outdoor gardening. So I'm going to go out and check the status of my garden beds. I did walk out the other day and I think I see one that needs a major repair. So at any rate, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Just think of these pictures that you're going to see as the before of our garden, and I'll do a little bit of narration so you can see what I have going on and what used to be planted in those areas. So stick around. I hope you enjoy. First, here up on my deck, you can see what looks like a box of dead plants, and this is actually my pot of ice plant that I started last year, and I can see that it is coming back. So it's coming out of dormancy now, and I look forward to seeing the beautiful blooms that this plant has. They have really bright pink, almost unreal blooms when they bloom. I put this in this pot because I couldn't really think of where else I would like to put this in the yard, so it's still here. Beside this, you can see a container of hens and chicks. My friend gave me this this planter. So this area is one of my raised beds, and you can see it's looking really messy right now. This garden bed here is the one I think might need to be repaired because it is raised, but I think maybe this section right here might be collapsing. But you can see there's still some things growing in here. I have some chives, and over on the other side there are some onions. So this bed is where I grew corn last year. I attempted to grow some carrots. I had some green beans going up on the trellis, and I had some squash. So I had a lot of different things in this bed last year. So we'll see what happens after I get all of the weeds and all the old growth out. So this is one of my original garden beds, and in this bed right now you can see there's some Russian kale that has come back from last year, and I did taste this kale. It does taste good, so I need to harvest some. Right now in the Shenandoah Valley in Virginia, we had a warm spell, and next week we're supposed to get back cold again. So these crops here love cold, so I'm letting them continue. The ones I'm showing you here, this is where I had some cabbage growing, and I cut them back, and as an experiment I just left the stalks in, and as you can see they are growing back. So I'm gonna let these stay here just to see what they do. But the kale is really beautiful. I'm gonna leave them until they go to seed, and then I'll just clear out all the rest. On this side I did plant some garlic back in November, and you can see that it is coming up, so I'll be cleaning out around that. And then on this side, this is onion chives. Now, two of our beds are these large silver containers, and I planted some Cherokee purple tomatoes in these beds, and you can see the remnants of those. There's also some red onions, I believe, right here that have come back where I didn't harvest them. And then on this trellis there were loofah, and there's just some remnants of some loofah that weren't harvested or were just left out here for the animals or just to dry. And then in this bed last year I had some potatoes growing, and I also had some yellow squash. So now's the time. I'm getting ready to start removing all of this old stuff and starting new for the spring. All right, so here's what I've done so far. I've cleaned out some of the mats of weeds. There was a really tough weed on this side that had formed a complete mat of roots. Like I said, I think this bed is going to need some repair, but while I was digging around, I found my purple coneflower. So you can see there's one of my onions, a couple onions really, that were left over from last year. And here is one of my purple coneflowers. I marked where that is located, and I marked where this one is. And these are my favorite flowers. Stems from when my dad had a whole field of them around his garden. So I'm looking forward to seeing these. These help bring the pollinators into the garden also. And let's see what. So down here, I managed to clean out a lot of the weeds from this bed. You can see the cabbages that are growing back from last year, and then there is my garlic and my onion chives there, or garlic chives there, and then the Russian kale. So even though it doesn't look fantastic and there's nothing else growing, it still looks a lot better than what it did at first. And then this is the bed where the tomatoes were, and so this one looks 100% better. There are some onions there, and the arch where the loofah were growing, and I did take down the biggest loofah. You can see these, they were left outside the whole winter, so they may just be able to be bleached and used for cleaning sponges. So I have an open canvas now for my garden bed, and I am ready to start planting some seeds and maybe some seedlings.